Hi, my name is Keshav Grover, and I'm a physician here at Grover Health and Wellness. And I just wanted to talk to you today, person to person, about who I am, my history, and a little bit about a transformation process that I went through that I think has helped me get to know you a little bit better and the struggles that each one of you has gone through in your life and maybe going through currently. And so please stay tuned to learn more about my transformation and who I am, and to see how we can help each other out. I grew up in a society that viewed being too skinny as not being quote unquote healthy enough. And if you were a little bit more chubby, or if you had a little bit more weight on you, you may be considered more quote unquote healthy looking or acceptable to society. I got to the point as a kid where I actually was considered in my own native tongue, a term what's called moturam, which means, kind of chubby one, or a roly-poly, if you will. And oftentimes I would even have my midsection grabbed by family members who would say, hey, it's great to know that we have a spare tire here in case we have a flat. And so for a long time growing up, I accepted the fact that I was just going to be an overweight individual. For a long time, I just became reserved as being this kind of average, chubby guy. And getting into college, that was also true. And in fact, at some points, that even got worse with excessive drinking and eating unhealthy foods and so on. And during medical training, with working longer hours and sitting at a desk and studying to pursue the passion that I've always had to help people, the weight also was an issue. And in many cases, for many of us, that's how this goes, where one day turns into a week, into a month, into a year of unhealthy habits, and before we know it, we've gained 5, 10, 15 pounds of extra weight or more. And more research is showing that this can lead to other issues later on. And even in my own family, that is true. I have diseases in my family: cardiovascular disease, sugar issues, high blood pressure, cancers. And so in 2018, my wife and I started to appreciate a transformation that one of my best friends went through. And we were both very impressed by his work. And we kept on kind of going back and forth about what he had done, if it was possible for us. So we did a little more work, and in 2019, we decided to go for it. And by using a coaching system to keep us accountable to our goals, and by putting in a daily effort of exercise, cleaning up our diet, and not doing anything crazy, but just being consistent about checking as many of the boxes as we could, we both were able to achieve our goals. And along the way, we also implemented integrative and functional medicine approaches into our transformation, whether that meant putting in the right supplements into our daily life, practicing mind-body techniques, and even utilizing our community for support too, that we could. And so I do welcome you to stay tuned to hear also about how, by not only investing in our physical well-being, by going to the gym, going on longer walks, and if we were traveling, we would decide to skip out on the taxi cabs or the public transportation and just walk and enjoy the cities that we were in. And so by doing all of that, we also noticed that our mental health started to improve as well, in terms of our ability to enjoy things, our ability to appreciate the efforts that we were putting into our lives. So stay tuned to hear more about how I got out of one of the darkest chapters of my life utilizing this transformation.